Yo, Guido coming at you with a coffee talk. Good morning. It is Sunday, the 23rd of February. Morning, Pilgrim. How you doing?
Morning, morning, Guido, morning, everybody. I have my massive mug of tea to make me last the whole 4 hours that we're going to do this for today, I
Very
guess.
good, very good.
So,
And
yeah,
what flavor is it?
it's that Scottish one that nobody can pronounce.
All right.
It's the one that I got when I went up to Ben Nevis, so I can't remember what it's called now. Brody's, that was it.
Brodies, Brodies. Thanks,
Brodies,
Bonzi.
very
Much appreciated. Good morning, Sasquatch, Jimmy, Kedge, Zemke. What's happening, Zemke? Grendel. Um, so you got your patches, you said, huh?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'll show you. Oh, it's crashing into everything. The, I don't know if that, you see them?
Hey, there you go. There you go.
So
Yep.
that's my back patches, and I got my I'm the enforcer, so I'm the nasty bugger, the nasty
Ah.
bit. Yeah, I got that last night. That was a bit of a session, but obviously because I don't drink.
Yeah.
The part of the ceremony is you get absolutely covered in beer and all. You know what it's like. You know, it's
Yeah.
one of those things.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
big boys playing little boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was absolutely. They had 48 pack cans of beer, and they just poured it all over me. But it was properly cold last night. It was about -3, so
Ooh.
it was interesting because luckily, I was allowed to go and get a shower. So,
So
changed
really,
clothes.
that was actually a training event for the hike.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, yeah. See how the body takes like super
takes the cold, yeah,
cold.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I manned up and took it all. I mean, people were doing what they call the garage door, which is pulling the back of your pants open and throwing it down the back of your pants as well, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, you bastards, I hate the lot of you.
Well,
Yeah,
congrats,
cool.
congrats.
Yeah,
Little
thank
training
you.
event, little fun, some shenanigans. I didn't do anything nearly as fun. You asked how the remodel's
No, the
going,
house was going, yeah.
and I told you that I said first nothing happened. Then I realized that something did happen, much in the spirit of the efficiency of the U.S. government. Three exact things happened in 1 week. 2 accessibility bars, and it's actually classic because it's 2 accessibility bars, 1 towel rack, but not the other towel rack because they didn't know exactly where I wanted it, so they didn't do that. And
Yeah, why not?
but now I've told them exactly where I want it, and now that theoretically that one gets done as well.
Okay, so that's almost like, as you say, it's almost like the federal, the Dodge thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? You know?
3 out of
There, aren't you?
3 out of 4 things, or as the Europeans do it, 3 out of 4
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, that's how they do it, isn't it? Yeah, that
Yeah,
sound
we-
pisses me
you-
off when they do
we
it.
do
Yeah,
that.
We do
Yeah.
that. They do
So-
that for some reason.
I don't know if any of the rest of you guys are government workers, but apparently, and I haven't bothered to get on my laptop yet. I have it, but I figure it'll be a fun thing to figure out on Monday morning. So when I go in, but apparently Doge has sent all federal workers an email saying respond with 5 things you did last week.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how you
Oh.
answer that, don't you? You know how you answer that. You say, I did 4 tweets on X. That'll get you in with Elon.
Yeah.
And I watched the SpaceX takeoff. There you go, done. I keep my job. Man, that is crazy, isn't it? That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess government is. I think it's the world over. Government is always, but always overfunded, overstaffed. In my opinion, there's
Yeah.
an awful lot of suits that sit in Whitehall in the UK that for the what you guys call the Department of Defence, but how we call it the Ministry of Defence.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who sit in that big white building, probably an army's worth of people in there. You know, I mean, you haven't got soldiers on the ground, but you've got 4,000 people on desks. You've got to question the mentality behind it, haven't you?
Well, the good news for me is that I do something every day. Like, you know what I mean? Like
That's good,
I'm
isn't
not I'm not management. I fly the sim for the syllabus. We do every day. We do rides and stuff. You know, I suppose if you
Yeah.
looked at our staffing, you might go, well, you can do with 75% of what you have or something like that, which may come to be. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the numbers necessarily would be,
But
but
how do they get half an instructor? When they start when they
well, you just I mean, you do the numbers and then you round down or up, but no kidding for what we're doing. If we're actually already down a couple guys, potentially down because a couple guys actually put in for the resignation thing. I don't know if you've been tracking it very closely, but there was also an email that said, hey, if you reply to this email, resign, then as of X date, provided your job isn't fenced as critical, thank you, whatever the word is they're using, then you're out at X day. There's been some legal stuff going back and forth, so it didn't really happen as fast, but it's coming up on like the end of this week. Potentially we'll lose 2 more, so we're down 2 for medical stuff because we're all older guys, maybe another 2. There's only 16 of us anyway. That's down to 12 out of 16. We have a couple that also have medical issues that are ongoing, so that's 10 out of 10 reliable out of.
Narrow it down.
One guy's like part-time anyway, so by the time you get there, then it's going to end up being triple turns every day, which you could do. It's like in 8 hours I could triple turn. I'd show up, I'd triple turn, I'd leave, and that's it.
You do your 8 hours. That's it, isn't it?
Now there wouldn't be any other additional duty shit I would be doing.
No.
Because I absolutely guarantee you, if it comes down to that, there will not be an extra second that I spend there, which happens on occasion now, to get stuff done.
I get you. 100% get you. I'm very much of that mind these days. I mean, back in the day, when I left the military and I joined my first civilian jobs, you would do those extra hours gratis. You know what I mean? Pro bono, because it was.
Well, yeah, when you're in the military, when you're active, there's no hours. You're 24 hours.
So you carry that, exactly. You carry that over, that ethos over into civistry.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But it comes to a point in life when you go, I'm not getting paid for this shit. I ain't gonna do it. Simple.
Yeah.
You've had your 8.5 hours out of me. That's a lot of my life you've had. You're not getting any more.
Yeah.
So you're right, mate. You're right.
Yep. And I'm torn. On the other hand, I'm like, all right, look, if you're getting rid of my job, which is training young ABMs how to run their radar and do air intercepts and stuff, if you're going to reduce the military and all the interventions and wars, I'm on board. That's great. If we don't need it and you're going to get rid of my job, then frickin' fantastic. Get to it. I'm a little bit. I'm not on board with let's get rid of the jobs when the threat's still there.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And increasing. The threat is increasing. It's not gone away.
Yeah.
It hasn't disappeared overnight just because somebody decided it's a good idea to cut the government staff.
Yeah.
But there is always, and we've said this before. There's always room for wiggle. There's always wiggle room when it's backroom staff. Your teeth arms and your people who put your teeth arms in the right place are critical, but the people behind it, there's so many desks being flown. You've got to say, you've got to say there's got to be wiggle room there. There's, I don't know, it's. Do you know what? It reminds me when contractors get a contract with the DoD or the MOD, it's almost like dollar signs in the eyeballs because the money just flows. So if you're a contractor and you get a military contract, you're like, you've made your business. You don't need to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
So that needs to be looked at.
I mean, I wish them luck, man. I hope they get as many cuts as they can and they make it more efficient.
Without affecting efficiency. That's the thing, though. Without affecting combat efficiency.
Yeah.
Where you need to be, isn't it?
I mean, it's definitely interesting times. Like I said, if it comes to the point where what I do isn't needed anymore, then that means we're in a pretty good place. You know what I mean? Because I'd love to be there. I'd love to not have to, worry about my son going off to some freaking war somewhere.
Who wants to go? Yeah, who wants to go abroad to fight other people's wars?
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, isn't it?
That's the thing, isn't it? Other people's. That's the big key. I'm no longer interested in spending my money on other people's countries, nor on their wars.
No, absolutely not.
Nor on
stepping up.
Nor on our bankers' wars and all the other clowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time I see some politician get up there and start talking about, how we have to deploy people and,
Well, that's American boots on the ground and that's American coffins coming back, isn't it?
Well, that's
You know
what.
what I mean?
Well, it doesn't
That's
matter if
the
it's ours or
fact,
yours.
reality.
I just, I just
Exactly.
watched your guy stand up there and try to be Mr.
Yeah.
Tough Guy about how he's going to send people to war. I'm like, bro, you've never sniffed
No.
anything like that. You don't know anything about those people. You don't,
He
and
thought he
you
had a
don't care
politician.
either.
Yeah, exactly. He was a civil rights lawyer. So what the F does he know about anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Politicians all over, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was talking to a guy, and it wasn't a military contract, but it was some government contract. He was a contract. He owned a maritime construction company, which is fairly specialized because you got to have a lot of fairly specific gear to do that. Obviously, you have to be on the coast, but to build things near the water, on the water, pilings, all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
harbor stuff,
Yeah.
all that kind of shit is fairly specialized. So there's not that many companies that do it. But I was kind of curious because I just got out. And this was 15 years ago now, but like, well, how do you do your pricing? Like, how does it even work? Because I was thinking about maybe government contract stuff, just trying to get information.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's like any other contract. You get the ask and you start, the request. It's request RFI. There's a bunch of acronyms. Anyway, it's a
Yeah.
whole process.
Yeah.
They send out what they need. They take all of the proposals. They rack and stack them. There may be questions back and forth, and then eventually they pick one based on sometimes very stupid criteria. But anyway, they pick one.
Yeah.
None of that really matters to the story, because the pricing was the piece I was curious about. Like, well, is there a specific schedule? It's like, no, I look at it, go, this is what it's going to cost me to build it and all my costs. Here's how my labor, my equipment, blah blah blah, and then I just add whatever percentage I feel like on top.
Wouldn't you just love to be able to do that?
Well, and it's interesting because he's like, when you're a company that there's not many of, essentially low
Yeah.
population, low density, I guess, kind of company,
yeah.
kind of capability, I guess, mostly.
Yeah.
You can then do a premium thing. Now, if you got competition, which he said he's always got competition of some kind, you kind of look at it and you're not supposed to know exactly who's doing it, but the rumors move around.
Sort
So.
of, yeah, and also you'll guess at their pricing.
You do.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, where will we be with this guy? And then the other part is, do I really want this job?
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll crank the price up. Like, well, I don't really want this. It's going to put a stretch on me. It's, and they'll go. So if I get that price, it'll be well worth my time. So there's a lot of pieces going into it, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, he said 7 to 10 is kind of a standard thing on the top
It's a standard.
for the owner of the company or for the company to make a profit. But it can be more based on other things. It can also be more based on nobody else can do it.
Yeah, that's.
You're like, all right,
if you
I'm going to
go
put
on the market,
15 on this
yeah.
or 20 or whatever,
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, the government dollar is huge. So if you're a contractor that's working for a few $1 million, it's a drop in the ocean to the budget.
Yeah.
So it's hardly. I mean, I know everybody does value. They do, what do they call it? Value for money and stuff like that. And due diligence. There's always due diligence. I get that, but
Yeah.
I've noticed with MOD contractors, I used to work a little bit in the background with that as later stage of my military career, and I've just noticed how many people are actually favoured people for whatever reason. And I'm not saying they got kickbacks or anything like that, but there was always contractors that was go-to, irrespective of pricing, because they were friends or possibly known. Or
Well, and this
provided
happens. Yeah, this happens at the local level too. I live in a relatively
Absolutely.
small town, and I've been here long enough, and I know some of the people that do a lot of this stuff. Not well, but because I'm a Yankee. I'm not from here, but I know some of them. You kind of hear things going on, and you see it. You're like, oh, that company seems to get a lot of the same contracts all the time. But 100%. Brute. No, that's we were talking about. We started this whole thing off with the email from Elon that's in the news right now from the Doge. You're supposed to respond, I think, by Monday night with 5 things you did last week. It could simply just be a shotgun of, all right, we're gonna email all these people and see who doesn't even answer. Like, which of these emails don't even have a person behind them?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it AI?
It could be. So yeah, I was just kind of talking about that. I have my laptop with me, but I haven't even opened it up. I'll do that on Monday morning when I get there. But and I don't even know, because a lot of stuff we do is classified stuff behind the sim wall, so I don't even know if it applies to us or not, to be honest. But there you go.
There you go.
Anywho's,
Anyhow,
good morning
so
to
ours
everybody.
is
Good morning.
99.9% now.
No, we're still. I'm gonna up it to 95.8.
Oh, are you? Okay,
Yeah.
that low.
We have a long punch list.
Ah, you see, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
When the big stuff is done, it's all the little stuff, isn't it?
Let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. All right, so let's see. Big drawer crooked. Trim needs a coat. Trim on refrigerator side, a panel missing. Oh, the big one's the butcher block has to be removed and redone. Remember, it had the flaw.
That's right. Yeah. That's got.
Pendant light needs to be put in. Area around the can lights needs touch up. That's on the ceiling. There's a spot near the light switch where the electricians, apparently an electrician had grease on his hand for some reason. I don't know why, but there's a big grease dirt smudge on the paint.
That's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
Missing a crown molding piece. The caulking and the painting for the crown molding. Quarter round in the hallway isn't painted or caulked. I don't know how that one got missed. Bathroom door jambs jacked up. Caulk in the bathroom shower. Here's one. I haven't had a tile shower for a long time. For a while, people recommended against it because it's a lot of ways for water to get through and crack. There's this new system that they're doing in the States that has this backing that's waterproof, and essentially it's part of the whole system, and I guess it's meant for maybe water to get back there and it still gets down into the drain. I'm not really sure of that whole idea. But at the bottom of the shower, it's caulked, and I'm thinking it's grouted. I'm thinking that should actually have flexible caulk in it just to minimize the amount of water that gets in there.
Yeah, you would think, wouldn't you? You would think.
Like, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah, rubberized, yeah.
And it would be a lot, just in the bottom seam, right? The bottom 90 degrees. The shower glass has to be put in, bathroom paint, bathroom door stops, towel holders, accessibility. Oh, I can take 2 off. Well, I can take 1.5 off. The vent cover's not put in. The wall in my daughter's room, when they bashed out the tile on the wall of the bathroom, that's the wall of her bathroom. There's multiple smash marks through the wall that have to be fixed.
Fantastic. That's great, isn't it?
Sharp edge. Oh, we talked about the little knee wall cap had the sharp edge out instead of in the wall.
Okay.
And I just remembered to add another one. There's still insulation. There's still no insulation in the ceiling of the bathroom because the
so quite a lot to do.
Roof
all
fell
the
in.
niggles. All the niggles.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was thinking about a rain barrel, Grendel. I think I'm going to get one of those. I've been meaning to do that for years. We get a lot of rain. I'm thinking I might get a rain barrel and collect some rainwater for the garden.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I've got one in the back. I don't know if you saw it when you were over. It's only a small one. I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's about 60 or 80 gallon, I think, something like that. But it does the garden. It's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's cool.
You just catch it off of the eaves or something?
The guttering, off the eaves. It comes off the guttering and runs down.
Yeah.
But I was given an offer from a local garden shop because I know the owner's son, and I was thinking about getting a couple more. Well, you can get big 300-gallon tanks, which would sit behind the shed, and I was getting 50% off if I got them, but I'm actually utilised behind the shed for a different reason now.
Yeah.
But so I was going to get a couple of two, because I mean that amount of water then collected over the winter would see you right through not right through the summer, but most of the summer. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I might get one of those. I'm just trying to figure out what kind. I mean, you like go onto Amazon, or if you look at Lowe's or.
Have you got guttering? Can you put a pipe?
Oh yeah, I've got definitely a gutter I can put it right into. I'm just trying to figure out what system's the best way to do it.
All right, yeah. It's right, Gatey. If you seal the grouting, it should be fine. You can get sealant to cover the grouting.
Yeah, I need to check if the tile guy actually sealed it. I'm not sure they did. I'm assuming that they did. But it's not a shower that's going to get used every day. It's more of a guest idea. So that's the good news. It won't get too wet. It won't be wet a lot, I guess.
Some places don't allow collecting rain. That is crazy.
That's true, Bonzi, and I don't care.
Well, exactly. Don't come around my house and tell me to get rid of it. That's what I'd be saying.
It'll be in the backyard. It's not going to be a system for drinking or anything. It's just garden stuff. There's definitely ordinances for whether you can use it for drinking.
Well,
I
understand
doubt.
that, yeah.
I doubt this place has that because we don't have many ordinances for much anything.
Including water coming out the sky.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's right, Clippy. That's right. I need to bid it out to the lowest bidder, or to my friend, whatever comes first. All right, World of Tanks, channel news. What are we doing? I don't know. Not much. I haven't finished any other tanks, although I did start playing the Tessac. It's a horrible thing, Pilgrim.
Oh, is it?
It's a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys have the?
It'd be that
Have,
way.
have you guys? Any of you guys played that? It's crazy. Look. Let's just do this right now. I don't even understand. I looked at the. It's the worst, by the way, tier 10 by miles. Worst by miles. It's I think we can go over here and take a look at it. And I kind of knew that. I was going to leave it, but I like light tanks, so I decided to add it into the mix. So if we go here, we go to light tanks, we go to tier 10, and we sort these by win rate. Here's the test. Oh, sorry, the Tessac isn't the worst. It's the second to worst. The Sheridan's worst.
Yeah, well, the Sheridan sort of owns that crowd.
Oh, that's me. Never mind. That's me. That's me. It's my second worst win rate. Doesn't matter though, because it's only 11 battles. Hold on. We got to go to here. All right. Life's hard when you're dumb, Pilgrim.
Oh, it is. It's even dumber when you've got a dumb wingman.
All right, there we go. Tessac last. 46.54. It's a minus. It's underwater by 4.5% over on a win rate differential idea. It's bad.
Is it slow? Is it slow for a tier 10 light?
Well, here's what it is. It's barely better than the tier 9. Because I started thinking about it. I'm like, what's going on? What's the big deal here? Well, first of all, it's the exact same gun as the tier 9. So all you get is a slightly faster by 3 seconds here reload for the clip, for the magazine.
All right.
So it's the same rate of fire. It's the same gun with the same damage. The pen might be different. I didn't look at the pen. I think the pen's the same though. I think it's the same. So you get a little more rate of fire because you're reloading a bit faster. But you have the same amount of rounds, the same pen. You know, the damage is more for the AP, a little bit less for the APCR, and it's actually got a decent HE round at 24. But it's a tier 10, right? It also has minus 10 gun depression, which is always nice. That is helpful. So that's one of its benefits.
Helpful, yeah. When you're digging around looking for positives, Guido, that's not the best positive you want, though, is
Exactly.
it?
So I'm just giving you the benefit. It has the exact same aiming time, the exact same dispersion, a little bit more average DPM because of the slightly faster reload, 200 more hit points, the same armor essentially, slightly more, but this is negligible. It's actually lighter, which is pretty funny. It has 3 miles per hour more forward and 2 more backwards.
Right.
And it has,
Well,
you can't see this, it's under my picture, but it has less concealment.
Jeepers, creepers.
And-
So
and-
you're playing tier 10 in a tier 9 vehicle with tier 8 camo. Oh, that is brilliant.
Yeah. And a tier 10 with a tier 9 gun, essentially.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, a gun that's just as good in the Selma tier 9 mostly, minus a little bit more DPM and a little faster reload. Yeah, you see Manticores all the time. So it's pretty good at killing Manticores if somebody's already taken a bit of a chunk off the Manticore. It can close things out, but you can't. The gun isn't enough to take a full hit point light tank down to nothing. Maybe another Tessac with super light armor or something that you can penetrate a bunch with your HE. Maybe. But if you miss or bounce a few of those, or they don't pen or whatever, it's crazy how bad it is. Do9, thanks for the follow. And I also missed somebody else earlier. Sorry about that. That was my bad. Levy89. Good morning, Levy89. Hopefully they're still around. I apologize for not shouting you out when you followed. Much appreciated. Welcome to the Sunday chat. Yeah, it is sluggish, Gator. So I'm going to keep playing it, but kind of just very disappointing. It's not much of an upgrade. It is.
Well, it's an upgrade, but it's not an upgrade that takes it to tier 10, is what you're saying.
I don't think so. I don't. Well, and I'm not saying it. Well, I am saying it, but the numbers are also saying it. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. But we'll keep playing it because that's what I do. I play bad tanks. Why not?
You've got 100 battles to do in that now.
I do. 100 smash my forehead into the wall battles. Yeah, given the Selma is the worst tier 9. Yeah, the Selma is actually. Is it legitimately? Let's see. I think it might be. I think if you put them together, let's go to tier 9 here. Where's the Selma live? Oh, yeah. Yep, it's worse. And now let's put them together, and we'll see the brothers Grimm down at the bottom together. Selma Tessek. Selma Tessek at the bottom. You gotta love it. Boom, boom. That's impressive, actually. That's impressive. What if we put the 8s in there? How do we look now? Who else?
Oh,
who else is down here? Oh, the Blesk. The Blesk.
Oh dear. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Holy macaroni. Now, I bet, though, although people aren't doing as well in the T-17 as I would think they would, it's a bit further up. It's up here. Still, they're all bottom half. Every one of them is bottom half. Wild.
It's almost like you shouldn't bother going for the tier 10. You might as well just keep it at tier 9. Because you're going to see tier 10s in the tier 9 anyway.
I mean, there may be.
Collector. Or,
yeah. Well, the Squall is at least in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I don't. There may be some of that. Kedge. Probably a significant amount of that. But that's what the gun sort of lends itself to. And I honestly have done it myself. You just feel like you can get out and take things down, but I can't tell you how many times I've tried to circle something and thinking I'm going to clip it out, kill it, and it's got 8 hit points or 12 or 17 or whatever by the time, and I'm like, great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You just not clipped it out for those last 3 or 5. It makes you feel like you should ram it at the same time just to get the extra.
I mean, when it works, it's awesome. But yeah, like Kedge is saying, it's people get overconfident in what the gun's going to do, and it doesn't do that thing. Pretty wild. All right, so we're doing that.
I'd probably design that way. Probably to stop it being overpowered. It's designed that way, isn't it? You would think.
The autocannon, auto loader, reloader, double barrel, 2-shot autoloader, all those things are really hard to balance.
Yeah.
Because the game wasn't really built around them. They were added in somewhere along the way. They're super popular because of all of the damage they can do very quickly. But the way the game was sort of designed and built was for cyclical guns. And they're hard to balance. It's easy to make them overpowered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. They want to introduce this stuff into the game, and then they have to do something to balance it. But I don't know how much testing goes into getting it into the right balance.
Yeah.
Because with that sort of tank, you want to encourage people to play it. So you've got to give it something that's good. But if it all sucks, apart from 10-degree depression, I think nobody's going to bother playing it, are they?
I think balance at this point is kind of a,
I
don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it's like second thoughts.
I mean, it's probably, honestly, at this point, more about how are we going to get this thing to sell. You know what I mean? These are all tech tree tanks. The Squall is a bit better on purpose, right? But not great. Not great, but certainly better than these. These are all. It was a terrible line. So there you go. We're still working on. Yeah, we're still working on the Battle Pass Tier 6 tanks. What else we got down here? We are doing some Object 268. I do enjoy this tank. Actually, when it works, it's pretty dang good. But it's a casemate. Not sure what we're going to do in the Char. CDT thing. We're doing Crocodile, which I'm still rocking a pretty good win rate, 67% at about 50 battles.
It is. It is quite unusual, isn't it? I think the Churchill series and the Crocodile itself, they always feel like outliers in my garage because they are a very high win rate.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's because they're overpowered or anything. I just think they get in situational games.
Well,
Maybe it's because they're slower than everything else.
They're tier 6 for one, so when you see, if you're a decent player, that really is sort of down in the seal clubbing area-ish. Obviously, when you see 8s, you're hurting a bit, but you don't always see 8s. You get a lot of tier 6 battles because tier 6 is really popular. So I get plenty of tier 6 battles with 6s and 5s or all 6s. And if you're a good player, you can generally do well. It's got a lot of armor.
Maximize that, yeah, absolutely.
It's got a lot of armor, and if you got people like I had a couple of games yesterday where I just I had an ace in the CDT and another big game in the Crocodile. And then when I looked at the results and I looked at the players, I'm like, holy cow! Guys with 1,000 battles or 1,800 or what, and you can see the way they're playing. They don't really know the game yet. They're still trying to figure it out. And you can very often, if you see like Wide Park or Province. It's going to be a bunch of new people and the seal clubbers, right?
Yeah.
And if you get a team with a couple of seal clubbers and all the new guys are on the other side, it's just brutal.
It is brutal.
They just get crushed.
Then again, if you look closely enough and you click quick enough, if they've got seal clubbers on the other team, you can either do one or two things. You can play to avoid them till the last minute, or you can actually go out and try and get them out of the way in the first place.
Yeah.
Which can cost you hit points, but it then leaves you a field full of basically farming.
Yeah.
If you do that.
CS44 where I never left spawn and game in second damage and experience. There you go. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yep.
You're right, Cliffy. Slow tax keeps you from doing silly things. Exactly.
That's true. That's true. And in seal clubber games and the lower tier ones, if you get to that flank and there's already beat up tanks there, then you start crushing the low hit point tanks, and then it's just on from there.
Yeah.
It's just on. But I should have.
How's the boosted tank that you got for yourself? How's that going?
What boosted tank?
That 279 early you got.
Horrible.
$100 to get it.
Horrible. 0% win rate.
Because you've not played it yet.
I played 2 games. I lost them both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like last man standing, or just completely?
No, I just suck. I did. I've killed 2 whole tanks. I have only 2,000 damage average in it. This is on 2 battles. 0% wins, 0 victories, 76% hits. Anyway, I lost the 2 battles. Both of them were more or less YOLO, just trying to see what it will do. I played it. I probably played it 8 to 10 times on my Sheriff / CC account back in the day. But we'll get to it eventually. I'm just messing around. I did try hard it though. It's got all the things. Put all the things on it. Yeah, it's got all the things.
I found playing against them, I found that they're quite easy to track, and I guess that's I know like they've got 4 tracks or whatever, but they are very trackable. You can certainly take tracks down quite easily. They're almost like they're weak in the tracks.
Yeah, I guess they don't. The 4-track thing doesn't stop them from being tracked, does it?
No.
Silly tank. Yeah, I should have a proper miserable Monday tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Because I've had a time.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, it's been a time this week. It's been a significant emotional event this week. Like
right, okay.
This week,
you had to lie down, have you?
You guys have. I did have to have. I got the vapors, I believe.
Driving Miss Daisy. There you go.
You know how I complain that I never get missed?
Yes.
I'm going to give you evidence this week of that. I have been hit by the damnedest shots this week. Unreal. It's awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to love my misery because I have a plethora, a cornucopia, a large amount of people just blasting me with all kinds of insane shots. Jumping off of cliffs, falling down cliffs, 4005's driving up and zapping me. You know, it's awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, and some really bad teams and a couple events where I actually get the better of them as well. But yeah, we're gonna have hopefully a proper miserable Monday tomorrow. We haven't done one of those in a while. I've got a bunch of videos for it.
Cool.
That's it for channel news. Channel news, I believe, guys. Where's the Kunzai? Were you the Kunzai Blanchett? No, I forgot about that. I have multiple blind shots of people zapping me in both the Tessac, I think, and the Manticore. 4005's blind shooting the bush I'm in and me disappearing first in the game. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Andy the Cupid, how you doing, man? Good day to you.
Good day.
Andy's down in he's down in Oz, right? Andy's down in Oz. You still streaming down there, man? I think that's right. How is summer down there, right? How's the summer going?
Nice and warm, I bet.
Coffee is good. Let's see.
What coffee you got?
I have a Sumatra blend today.
In your French press or? Oh,
No, just a Keurig. I need to get the French press out and do some coffee in the French press today. That's a good idea. Oh, I thought you were down in Oz. All right, never mind. Andy's in the UK. My bad.
Right. He's enjoying my rain then.
Yeah.
Happy days.
No sun.
No sun today. It's just rain.
I know, Kedge. I know. It's the time I made. I got to go find it. My wife's hidden it somewhere, I think.
Oh, the painter and decorators had it away.
Well, not on purpose. It's just stuff has its home, and sometimes I don't know where that home is.
Yeah, you have to go and investigate it.
Yeah.
Don't you?
All right, missions and specials, fellas. Let's see what's going on in the world of tanks. What do we got? First thing, second, we got premium shop. Not a lot going on. Although the KTTS is in the shop, fellas. If you don't have this thing, I don't know why you would want it.
No.
But it's there. I think I did 100 battles in this silly thing. Did I not? Pretty sure.
Yeah, that rings a bell actually. I think you did.
KTTS.
I don't think you did too bad in it either.
No, I haven't finished it. Only 23 battles.
Oh,
Nope.
is it?
Yep. It's in the hopper. 23 battles. Coupon eligible. There you go.
Oh,
That's
they are.
That's good.
There you
Put a coupon on it. And a ring on it. You can get a deluxe with some doodads. What else we got? We've got the T-34-3. Is that not also a bond tank?
No, it's not, is it?
I don't know. No, that's the 121B. Never mind.
21.
It is not a bond tank. I thought it was. Oh, it is a bond tank. Yes, sirree. That's a bond tank.
Is it really?
Yeah, I would get that with bonds if I were you, but you do you. You do. Play some tier 9s for a while. You'll have yourself a nice T-34-3 for bonds. And that's what's going on there. Gold standard. Vehicles, nothing there. We're in a bit of a lull for the sales thing. Oh, ELC even 90. 28 bucks. For around $30 rounded up, you too can be the bane of every tier 8 battle.
You two could be the sneaky little beggar that sits in a bush and just annoys everybody.
Because we don't have enough.
As if we don't have enough. I know,
Yeah, we don't have enough. Oh, you can get it for gold too, Gator. Yeah, it's in the... Is it in the tech tree? Probably is, since you mentioned it. No. It's not in the tech tree. Oh, that's... Hold on, it is Chinese. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong place. No, it's not in the tech tree. How do you get it for gold?
Should we do an online comparison? Your ELC against mine. Should we see where we're at with
Mine's $28.17 US.
Now, I mean, you're the one in your garage. Let's do the stat and the concealment, the spotting, the mobility, the survivability, and firepower
Okay, all right.
stats. Okay? And let's not worry about the crew, because I've got a wicked crew on it. Shall we do that?
Well, why not?
And this,
What is happening? Why can't we use the crew too? Give me a second. I gotta find this silly thing. It's
well, all right,
French.
yeah, we could use the crew. I mean, how many? All your crew got 4 skills.
I don't know. Let me see. God, stop! Don't, what is happening here? There we go.
Zero brute. Take care.
See you, Brute. Later, man. All right, sounds good. We'll fly tomorrow. Cool. My crew's good. My crew has 5 skills working on their 6th.
You see, that's why you can't. But we'll go with that. We'll go with that. I've got four skills working on 5.
Okay.
it's
So
not
what
that
what
big.
are we comparing?
Well, what we do is comparing equipment
Oh,
and then looking down the firepower, survivability, mobility, concealment, and spotting.
mine has a really dumb setup.
Does it?
I don't know why it has this, but I've got optics, binocs, and CVS.
Okay. Well, I've got
I don't know why I put binocs on it.
low noise exhaust. I've got CVS, and I've got binocs on it as well. So that's a fair comparison.
Good, good. So old dumb guys setups. All right.
Yeah.
So what do you want to
So let's
compare?
go from the top. What's your firepower?
Well, that's all the same thing, man. I have
Okay,
223 average damage because I have that little shell tuning or whatever it is. I do 3 more points of damage.
Yeah. Okay. You have. Yeah. I've got 220.
Ah, gotcha.
Got me. 175 penetration.
177 because I took the skill that does that.
Ooh.
Yep, yep.
Rate of fire 5.64.
Same.
Reload 25.93.
Got me there. 26.93.
Gun traverse 52.
How do you have a better reload? What's your loadout
I
again?
don't know. I haven't got a RAM or anything like that. I've got
Yeah.
a low noise exhaust system, CVS, and binocs. But the skills on my, let me have a look. The skills on my gunner, which I don't know if it makes any difference. I've got Brother in Arms, camo, dead eye, quick aiming, intuition, and perfect charge.
Does one of these speed up your reload?
I wonder.
I don't know why you have a second faster reload. Is it the close combat thing, and does it take into consideration the 50 meter on your numbers?
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
Don't know. There's some. All right. So anyway, what else you got?
Gun traverse is 52.65. Gun depression should be the same, -9.
Oh yeah.
Aiming time 2.53.
You have a .01 bonus on your aiming time.
Okay, dispersion at 100 meters is 0.34.
Same.
Yeah, and an average damage per minute is 1240.
1257.
57. Okay. So
Wait.
you've got a high
Well,
damage.
hold on. Wait. Oh, that's because of the extra damage. What is your... when you highlight the reload, where do you get your bonuses?
Right, Brothers in Arms, communications expert.
Communications expert.
Yeah,
Okay.
and strong coffee. Sorry, I've got food.
So it's actually taking into account. Oh, it's highlighted as 0.45. So I guess it's not activated when certain events occur. All right. Is your communications expert green or yellow?
Yellow.
Okay, so that's a situational thing.
Yeah.
So you have Brothers in Arms at 0.58,
Yeah.
and you have Strong Coffee at 1.25.
Yeah.
And what is your communications expert?
0.3/0/0.
And you don't have any other bonuses?
Nothing else.
All right, tell me again what your reload is.
Is 26.93.
Oh, you said 25.
Did I?
I think so.
Sorry, my eyes are not as good as they used to be.
It's exactly the same. Which again,
Exactly the
now
same.
I don't know why it's
There
the
you go.
same because say again your communication expert bonus.
Is 0. Where are we?
Okay, so it's not taking that. It's only using Brothers in Arms and Strong Coffee. All right, that
Strong
makes
Coffee.
sense. So we have the same reload. All right, moving on.
Cool.
We solved the mystery.
Moving on.
We solved the
Moving
mystery.
on.
All we care about now. Okay, go ahead. What's your
Speed
speed?
of changing shell types.
Don't worry about that.
No.
That's
for
this-
damaging any let's not.
That's all the same. Go to mobility. What's your speed?
Okay, mobility. Where are we? There we go. Engine power is, I want to say 160.
Yep.
Yeah, once
70 top speed, 20 backwards.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the big one. Here's the one that everyone cares about. What's your concealment?
Ooh, here we go. Here's one that everybody really wants to know. The overall concealment is 1,126.
What?
1,100.
Oh, don't worry about that number. Tell me what your percentage is.
Broken down then, the percentage is 55.63 stationary vehicle.
Yeah.
And 55.63 moving vehicle.
Yeah.
And then 13.9 and 13.991.
Yeah, that's the LNES doing that for you. Mine's at 47.63. What about spotting? So what's your spotting give you?
I'll tell you now. Spotting. Spotting is.
View range, I guess, is really
View
what.
range is 535.
Really?
Yeah, and signal range is 793.
Oh, that's right, because I don't get a bonus over your view range until I stop and my binocs kick off. Yeah. So, hold on. So the view range is 535. I don't think this changes the view range. Someone was saying the CVS is not in the bonus slot. That's true. I haven't played this thing in I don't know how long. Yeah, that doesn't change that at all, but it does give a bonus to the CVS and what it does. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know why I have a binocular. I should have an LNES on this thing, to be honest. But it is pretty funny when you have a binocs and you do get stopped with this thing, because there's just a bunch more burn through.
Load of burn through.
Yeah.
And you've got I've got concealment of enemy vehicles behind foliage, because that's all the additions to it. 50%, 10%.
Oh, did you say you do have binocs on it?
Yeah, I've got binocs on it.
Oh, that's right. So we have the same view range. Yeah.
So the view range, binocs is yellow plus 107.
So why do some of the numbers take into account the situational stuff, but this one doesn't appear to?
That's weird, isn't it? Activated when certain events occur in battle. That is weird. I've got crew perks, Brothers in Arms, Recon, Situational Awareness, +4 for communications, and +16 for coffee, and then +107 for the binocular.
Yeah, that's weird. It looks like some of these numbers use the situational stuff and some don't, I guess.
Some don't, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why I don't get too wrapped around the axle on all that stuff.
No, not at all.
I mean, you could spend
I just
hours
don't-
trying
it
to
works.
sort that crap out, to be honest.
No, it works in game, doesn't it? I'll play around. Maybe I won't put binocs on. I've got the second setup. You know, you've got your two setups.
Yeah. Do you have a camouflage directive?
Yes.
Yes, you haven't done any field mods on this thing yet, because I just haven't
No.
played it in years.
No.
Cool. All right, what else are we
So,
doing here?
Fairly even comparison there.
Yeah.
People have got Bond optics, Bond exhaust, plus CVS. That's the catch.
There's no big missions going on right now, fellas. Like I said, we're kind of in a lull. I think we're standing by for Battle Pass to start in 2 weeks. I think, right?
Yeah.
March something. Pretty soonly.
Did we say yes?
Yeah. So we got just ×5. So there's really nothing going on here. There's no events. Just your daily stuff. Not much to say about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it for missions and specials, guys. Just waiting for Battle Pass.
Very sparse.
Yeah, it is sparse.
To say, wait for Battle Pass,
Yep.
isn't it?
Which brings us to subjects du jour, and a good point to take a break. I am almost out of coffee. I'm going to go reload.
Cool. I've still
Pilgrim?
got half a mug of tea, but yeah, that's fine.
Pilgrim's going to go throw some loose tea into his cup.
My kettle.
Ah.
Get my kettle on.
He's going to French press his tea. You could do that, right?
You can do that, yeah. You can put tea in it. Takes a bit longer, but you can do that.
But if it's boiled water, would it not work
Yeah.
the same way? Or is that just sacrilege?
No, it's a well, yeah, you can't call it a coffee press. You can't call it a coffee press if you're going to use it for tea.
I wonder why people
Not at
don't
all.
use why don't people use it that way?
Because you need the gap, you need the space of a proper teapot to allow the tea to flow in the water. You can't squeeze good tea out of a leaf. You have to allow it to percolate and just meld with the boiling water and become one. Yes, it's very very om. You have to om a lot when you're making tea. You have to
Okay.
give it space. Yeah. What
I
sort
would,
of bullshit is that?
I would poo-poo that a little bit more, except that I find it to be true based on the product. When I
Yes.
when I drink it made by someone
Yes.
who knows what they're doing for some reason. I don't. Maybe it's that.
Yeah.
All right, 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
5 minutes. I'm gonna go press some tea.
Copy.
All right.
I don't know. Where's my break thing? What's going on? Oh, there it is.
Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man to teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jets, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. The mountains are home where he watches the moose and hummingbirds aplenty. But he saw the need for the Watt community to have a guru and lead them gently. Down the road to Unicom land will die, trying hard in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So we broadcast his message far and wide, using YouTube, Twitch, and various means, to lead you to the promised land of WR. Win 8 and damage counts. That a mortal man is only stuff of dreams. Win your flank and then go back, was his mantra for the pack, to which they shouted, "Yes, bossman, that we will. Win our flank and then flex back." Guido is his name, tanky is his game. Guido, Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido, Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido, Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game.
All right, we are back. Talk fast, the battery's dying. Did we run out of music? A little bit longer than 5. All right, let's see. Subjects du jour. Did you know we have 418 gold tanks?
No, I did not know that, but that is
400.
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is so interesting. Apparently, I'm not speaking very loud.
Oh. Well, what are you gonna do?
I know. Keep me muted.
Here we go. There we go. Turned you up. Every time I mess with it, somebody's like, they're too loud, he's too light, he's too
Yeah.
dark,
Yeah.
he's too...
Your picture's in the way.
Yeah, you're ugly,
Yeah.
your face is ugly, can't do anything
Don't
about
like you. Don't know why I watch you.
I don't like you. I don't like you. I have so 350 of the 418 have been made available. I have
That's just insane, isn't it?
and I have 316. Do you think we have more tech tree tanks than gold tanks or less? There's 418 gold tanks. We have more, and add the collector's vehicles into that. So are there more collectors? So essentially free, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah.
Do you know?
How did we? No, I'm looking at specials now. I'm just looking. Right. Well, I've got 19. I've got 19 gold tank. Oh no, sorry. This is my Euro account, so I won't have that many. So yeah, 19. I've got my Euro account. I think I've got more on my NA account. A lot more.
So there's 449 tech tree and collector's tanks. Just a few more, but pretty quickly we're closing in on having more gold and reward tanks than there are the free tanks you can unlock in the game.
So that's where it's going.
Wargaming will make sure you never get all collector. I have them all.
Do you know what? That's
You're talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that is some brag, that isn't it? That is some brag,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I have 808 in the garage.
It's one big garage, that is.
That's crazy. Set by default. What happens there? Oh, it just... Huh. So I clicked that away, but... Oh, you're not looking at what I'm doing. Never mind. Anyway, there's a little thing that says how many you have. It has an X. I X'd it out. Now I don't know how to put it back if I wanted it back. Oh, there I go. Figured out. Never mind.
There you
All right. I got it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Assembly shop. Somebody asked it way back. Way back. Did you get a DBV?
I didn't. I don't know who did. I mean, I haven't played this game the last week.
What have you been doing?
Work and DayZ. So, but mostly work, just doing a few hours in the evening just to do, because I'm still training. So I'm going through the SOPs and everything, just bringing my skill set up a little bit while I can. So I've not played any games really, a bit of DayZ and that's it. So I like today I've just logged in and I've now been given 3 days compensation for not even trying to get that tank. So thank you from the EU account. So yeah, happy. But no, I didn't even try because I just knew it was going to be complete and utter cluster. First of all, I didn't know about the EU thing, but I just knew that if I got on in time for the EU, I probably wouldn't have got a numbered one anyway. And NA, I wasn't getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to fight it out with you guys trying to get a numbered one. So yeah, be climbing up rocks. Yeah.
Well, I got back.
You got one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I got back from the pub at probably 8:30, maybe. I guess it started at 6 or 7 Central.
Yeah.
And all of the numbered ones were gone, and there were several thousand left of the regular. On EU, they all sold out. I don't know. Does anybody know?
Well, Mad Dog said the other day that there was still 1,000, 2,000 or something.
Yeah. That was the day after, I believe. So I don't know if NA sold them all or not. I know the EU sold them all. Both of them sold all the numbered ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But there was the thing you talked about. There was some kind of situation, I'm assuming caused by the assembly shop, where people could not use their resources, which meant then they could not get the tank with the resources.
That's right.
And I don't think it was everybody though, because it sounds like plenty of people got it. Was it everybody?
No, people got it. People got it, but I think I can't remember what the wording was. I think it started off everybody could get it, and then it fell into this nobody could get it. I think that's how it worked out. So what they did is instead of separating the players that got it, they did a blanket compensation of 3 days premium and some reserves and some directives. There you go.
Sorry you missed out on the tank. Here's some directives.
Yes.
And
have a decal.
And a decal.
Yeah, and a decal.
And here's a book.
Yeah.
Here's a garage slot.
Yeah.
Here's the 5th key.
Yes, that one that was missing that we know. Gives you unlocks everything you can think of in the game.
So I've seen a lot of these things. 281 pen. What's the heat give you? 330. 800 damage. Sure, it might as well be 50 more than the standard 750 gun. Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
0.31 dispersion. Wow, that's accurate.
Yeah.
18. This is with I have no equipment or anything on this thing. 1,700 hit points. What's our speed? It's actually fairly sprightly at 52. 14 backwards. That's actually not bad camo for the size of it. 18.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for the size of the thing. 370 view range.
Is it? Andy Cupid clicked 10 seconds after it went live and he got number 9,675. So it just shows how quick it got.
That's crazy. Quickie Baby got some low number. Like, what did he
Dude.
get, 9 or 8 or 7 or something like that?
Jeepers. He must have been hovering over his he must have had his mouse in his hand like that, ready to go, mustn't he?
But it's so did everybody have the problem or just a few, like a portion
No,
of the
I think when they opened it up, the numbered part of getting it, not all of the numbers, but the numbered part of getting initially everybody could get it. But I think what happened was it went to a point and then it stopped giving people stuff. Like stop attributing your resources to it. So you would click on your resources to try and get it, and one or two of the resources wouldn't actually apply. So it stopped anybody getting the tank.
Right.
Initially, it opened up and people got it. Now I'm not sure if it opened up and people got it with the numbered tanks, and when it changed to the non-numbered tanks, that's when the problem occurred. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Cliffy says just certain people and certain resources. So I guess eventually it crashed the armory in World of Warships. Across the war games. That's funny. Sword and Keyboard, good morning. How you doing? Oh man. All right. So anyway, I did get one. I didn't get a numbered one, but I've got one. I haven't done anything with it yet. We'll eventually get to that tank. I think, at some point. That's the assembly shop. All right, so let's look at some rumors and such. What's coming up? What's happening? So that's the results. Like I said, it looks like EU sold out. I'm getting somewhere. Maybe NA did not sell out. That's kind of interesting.
That is interesting. Somebody said earlier on there was still some left.
Big changes on Super Test to Empire's Border,
Really?
which is an okay map.
2,000 left.
Yeah, I don't hate it as a map. I mean, it's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. But there are definitely changes. You can see right here, just getting this center, the centerpiece with the castle bit is going to be a little bit more, I don't know how you would say it. I guess maybe accessible,
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. These are the new, there's no before and afters. That's just kind of what it looks like now. Very much wider. This looks like an early version though, because there's not a lot of detail on these yet. Here you can see the castle bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Is a little bit more of a central structure that you can climb up into, potentially.
Here's the thing with Empire's Border. My heart sinks every time I get that map. Because I feel, right, I've got nothing against, Chinese food or anything like that. But my heart sinks whenever I get that map. Because I feel that I do very badly on that map. Every time it just feels horrible.
Yeah.
But when I look at the stats, it's actually the opposite way around. I do a lot better on Empire's Border.
Really?
I actually think I do. Yeah, it's well weird.
Can you see your own stats?
No, when you get your stat run and it tells you what.
What maps you did better on or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And Empire's Border's up there. And I think to myself, I actually hate that map. I get it. I go, oh no, I forgot to switch that one off, which I don't switch maps off anyway, but because I don't believe in that. I believe you should play all the maps. But I actually do better. I actually think I fail on Empire's Border every time. But it's not true. So isn't that weird the way your brain thinks? If that thumbs up, thumbs down nonsense, it would always get a thumbs down off me. I tell you, Empire's Border, I hate that map. That is weird. Just weird.
I'm wondering, is there a way to look at all my... That's the
back-
one
your
with the
back-
Great
I
Wall,
know.
Andy?
Yeah. It's like the Great Wall of China, and then you've got those the central area.
It shows some of my individual results. I bet there's a way. Although some of these things are locked behind, you have to be a member. Some of the more detailed maps. There we go. Maps.
Oh,
Yeah.
there is a mod that you can get.
Yeah, there's a mod. Yeah, so I don't really want to do that. All right.
I think you might be right, Metal of a Madness. It is a really boring map, to be honest.
It is,
I
and for
guess
light
it's-
tanks, it's pretty miserable because you've really only
Yeah.
got that very dangerous mid area to sort of fight in, and spotting. If once the game moves on a bit, there's a bit of spotting, but the problem is most of the lanes. By the time you get up into the lanes, you're so close you can't out. You're going to get spotted in a light tank. So
Yeah, it's just exactly.
the whole center bowl is a death zone. You don't want to be in there until it's maybe very late in the game. It's just it's not a very good map. Which, may have a lot to do with why they're changing. But you can see all the pictures here. This central castle courtyard thing is...
Might make it interesting, actually. There's a bit more of a fighting area in the centre.
It's sort of hard to tell exactly what they're doing. It looks like a lot of open areas around. But we'll have to see it. But this is Super Test, so it's early days for that. What Are You is leaning into the double barrel thing. They've got a Czech double barrel, because that's what we need, sure.
That's just what we need.
Oops, that's not me. Although it's What Are You, so it does nothing to do with us.
No.
Nothing to do with us. What Are You's adding a couple more experimental equipment pieces.
Of course they are.
We have, here's a Super Test, the Brenos, which is a Tier 8 French. Interesting tank, sort of looks like it's got some US design elements, and then it's got the pike nose like the Russian design elements, so. 320 Alpha. Again, Super Test early days. 234 standard pen, 280 with APCR. Not bad.
Not bad.
All right, the additional battle pass. Apparently, the rumors are there is a bunch of collabs coming up.
All right.
So
That'll be interesting.
the tank for the special battle pass thing is not announced. The collaborations they're guessing at right now is Panzer Children. That's one of them.
Oh god.
A cult comedy cartoon comic franchise. Okay. A TV series from IMDb's top 150.
Yeah.
Top 150.
Yes.
So are you telling me it's like the 149th top TV series?
Yeah. Which nobody watches.
Yeah. Additionally, negotiations were underway with a partnership with one of the world's leading companies, whatever that means. No new updates on that. So I guess the in-game collabs are going to accelerate. Is what they're trying to say. That's not really a whole lot of info there. The tank. It does say the tank's going to be kind of special, although we have a lot of essay on different tanks. So who knows what tank potentially it's going to be. Aren't you glad you got that information from me, because it's very specific.
Well, obviously so.
Yeah.
They've got quite a few new tanks in the works, haven't they? Have you seen
Dozens.
seen the
Yeah.
list
Oh
of
yeah.
tanks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, some stuff that's been sitting around for a long time. They have managed in the recent past to develop some tanks that weren't really leaked at all. So it's just whether or not they want to or not. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
All these, when you say leaks or inside information, the vast majority of this crap is controlled by them. They leak it on purpose. It's part of the
Of course
game.
it is.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, it is
Sometimes
part of the
stuff gets leaked they don't want leaked. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of it is on purpose. Yeah. Yeah, something is going to happen, Cliffy. That's for sure. MASH. Oh, there you go.
So Sentinel, you've covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the Brenos? Did you cover that?
We did, yeah. We just talked
did,
about it.
didn't
It's right here, yeah.
Yeah. The Griffin. Did we cover that?
No.
I can't remember if we covered that in the past. I seem to remember. It's a British tank, I think. Heavy tank, Griffin. Yeah, tier 10. Tier 10.
Yes, that's the that's an autoloader, right? I think.
Yeah. Autoloader, unloader, loader.
Yeah.
Single shot.
Are you Bofors? Yeah. I thought there was one other thing I wanted to talk about here, but maybe not. Watt maneuvers. So some more Clan War stuff is coming up. That's going from the 10th to 23rd of March. So that's coming up in a couple weeks, couple weeks, I guess, in a few days.
Yeah.
More RU stuff. Assembly shop we talked about. I think that's it. I thought there was one other thing I wanted to talk about here. Oh, there it is. Kind of a sneak peek on the quick service thing here for setting up tanks. So it's going to give you suggestions, kind of like if you went to the skill index to figure out how to set up your tank, but it's in the client apparently.
Okay.
So
I always find them quite insipid or generic. Wargaming's advice. It's always like, pretty much standard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are they going to give us good advice? Are they going to give us advice we don't actually know?
well, it gives you, so it's got this new feature, yeah, confirm it. So it's going to give you two equipment setups. First is the most popular, which may or may not be a good thing. Second is an improved version of the first, using only items already available in your depot. That's kind of clever, actually.
Yeah, that's clever. Yeah.
That's the best
I like that.
yeah, okay. If you know nothing, this is aimed at the newer-ish player. If you know nothing about the game, that's quite helpful, actually.
Yeah.
If you always rearrange, let's see, all tier 6 and higher have one specialized slot by default, with the option to unlock a second one through field modification. Yeah, okay, that's standard, we know that. Fully staff your vehicle by offering 2 crew setups. One includes experienced crew members who currently have as many applicable perks for your tank as possible and are suited to it without requiring additional training. That's kind of interesting. So does that mean if you go in there with one of your premiums, it will just pick the best crew member from whatever tank and just chuck them in there for
Really?
you? Is that what I think? That's
Really?
probably what that means.
That's what it sounds like, doesn't it?
That's actually.
You've got to say.
I mean,
How are they quantifying that? Because first of all, you'll never find out how to get more back again if you've got 800 tanks. That's going to be interesting. But they quantifying it by number of skills earned or type of skills they're holding?
It says as many applicable perks for your tank as possible and are suited to it without requiring additional training.
Okay.
So somehow they're
Standard stuff.
that you're right. So what you just said, it begs the question exactly what they're using for that. Because you could have multiple different 5-skill crews.
Yes. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
if it, let's say you had you had 5-skill crews and they're working on their 6th, and one crew was at 73% on their 6th, and the other crew was at 55%.
Yeah,
Would it pick? Yeah, right. Would they pick him, or would it also look at the types of skills? Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, how is it going to rack and stack that? I don't know. But again, if you're new and you know nothing, could
That's
be useful. Two ammo setups. Okay, choose from 3 consumable setups and styles. Yeah, I don't know. I think for a newer player, that's going to be quite helpful, actually. For the rest of us, probably not that big a deal.
No, I think the other problem we've got as long-term players, we've got our own ways of setting up a crew,
Yeah.
and even if it's detrimental to how wargamers see that tank being played, we tend to just do our own thing anyway, don't we? So
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd use it, to be honest. Well, it might be interesting to see how it comes out.
I think, like I said, I think it's a good idea for the new players, Pilgrim, because they just, like, we've talked about this before. If you're just jumping into this in 2025
Yeah.
and looked at like everything that's going on, you're like, how many currencies am I dealing with? Just at the top,
Yeah.
top right there, there's 4, and that's not all of them.
Yeah.
You know, all the different missions and what's clan wars, and you know, what does this event mean, and what's a premium, what's a reward tank, you know, how do I set this up, what's a field mod, you know.
It is quite a complicated for a new player. I mean, it's complicated for old players, but for a new
Yeah.
player, it must be mind-boggling. I can't imagine coming into this game now and going, "Yeah, this is good." Yeah. It's like I can't imagine starting again with all this that's going on. It's just so much.
Goes back to what I was talking about Seal Clubbing the other day, and it struck me on a couple of battles when I was playing the tier 6s, and once I got Wide Park and once I got Province.
Yeah.
And they were both just romple stomps, you know, absolute massacres. And I go back and I look at it, and definitely based on the way I saw the people playing, where they were putting their tanks, how they were playing it once they faced me and all that, and I just completely abused them, you know.
Yeah.
Then you go in there like, yeah, he's got 1,500 battles, you know, he's just started the game, and now some guy comes in there and, you know, seal clubs him, and I would totally understand why. You know, he's probably, someone mentioned that he's probably running around with camo net and binocs on his heavy, you know, that kind of thing.
Yes. Haven't we all done that?
And then you see the guys at about 10,000 battles, and they're in their heavy and they're in the back.
Yes.
'Cause they've learned the lesson
They're
of
doing
getting
TD.
forward. Yeah, they've learned the lesson of going forward too much. Now they're in the learning phase of hide.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking matchmakers. I was thinking about doing some kind of series on the tanks you just can't get away from.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like when you play at whatever tier, the tanks that you will see every game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's think about it.
Well-
At tier 10, what are you going to see every game?
Borusks and
Well,
Manticores,
that's tier 8. Yeah, Bros, Manicore, ELC,
ELC.
Scorpions,
Yeah.
Su-130s. What else?
Yeah.
I feel like I see a 4005 every game at tier 10.
Yeah. Absolutely. And 2 to 3 artillery at tier 10.
Yeah.
I have had so many of those games lately.
Well, 5355s and M44s and LEFs.
Yes.
Right? Those
All
are the
of them.
ones. Those are the ones that
All
are
the
primarily played.
Yeah.
Manicore, yep. At tier 10, you're seeing Manicores. I don't know. So those are some. What else? Think of some others. What are some other things?
What else do I see? Back in the day, the Chieftains.
You know what? I can't remember the last time I saw a chieftain.
No, I can't. That's very true. Back in the day, loads of them. Now, not so much.
Or
And
two
Super
or
Kongs.
279
Super
earlies.
Kongs.
I don't
Yeah.
see a lot of 279 earlies either. I've seen some of those kids, but not nearly as many. But I would say more of 279s than chieftains.
Yeah, possibly right, yeah.
That's crazy.
IS-7. I've seen a lot of IS-7s. People tend to...
Oh
especially
yeah,
on the European server, there's a lot of IS-7s.
yeah. The 90-mile-an-hour IS-7 build that
Yeah.
just rages to some light tank spot and
Just crucifies everybody.
yeah.
Sits there getting pounded by Artie all game as well.
Well, there's always the stuff from new lines, but I'm talking about the old things that you
The
just
old
can't get
stuff.
away from.
E100s.
I don't know if I see.
Yeah,
I don't see a lot of E100s.
You don't see a lot of them?
No. I mean, I'm talking about
the TD
things that.
version, sorry, the TD version, not the
Oh, JPZs. Yeah.
JPZ E100, yeah.
So let's actually look at this here. Kind of curious.
Always see the Progettos at tier 8. Absolutely.
Progettos. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
Progettos. There you go. Progettos
Hate
and
them.
Burrs.
Yeah.
But let's see what the truth of it is. We'll go by tier. Let's go at tier 6. What can't you get away from? Battles.
Excuse me.
KV2s.
KV2s, of course, yeah.
And
The ultimate
3485s.
seal clubber, yeah.
Churchill 7s will discard because that's actually being ground out for the new line, so that's what that number probably is. Skodas and M6s, Hellcats, 304s, M44s.
Yeah.
Yep, those all make sense. All right, what about tier 7? The Chopper, because it's a new line, Super Hellcats. That's
Funny, isn't it? Yeah.
at tier 7. It's the GW Panther. Third most played at tier 7 is the GW
Panther.
Panther. What? What?
Wow. That is a shock. That is interesting and a shock.
I didn't think about it, but I would have said the E25 was played more than all those. But it's up there. The E25's up
Yeah.
there. The T29 makes sense, even though it was nerfed. Skoda, that's mostly because it's a brand new, although I think it's a pretty good tank. The IS and the Tiger are up there too, but that's people grinding through the lines. But yeah, Super Hellcats, GW Panthers. None of this is super annoying. I'm not that concerned about Super Hellcats. But E25s are annoying. I ran into a guy yesterday, had 49,000 E25 battles.
That is absolutely insane, isn't it? That is just that's playing game after game after game after game, isn't it? All 10, 15, 20, 30 games in a day.
That's
All
crazy.
in an E25. Yeah.
He had... No, I'm not scoffing the amount he plays. Obviously, I've played an insane amount myself. It's just that one tank was 49,000. Getting close
Yeah,
to
yeah.
50. His overall was 88 or something, so he played other stuff, but primarily loved the U25. I don't know,
But there was
Kitch.
that guy. There was that guy years back, wasn't there? Who had?
Yeah.
He got banned and everything, didn't he?
Yeah.
For certain things he said, but yeah, he was a
Yeah.
massive E25 player.
Yeah.
Massive.
All right, let's see tier 8. What do we get? What can't you get away from at tier 8? ELCs. That's one. Barras, we said
That's
that.
definite.
The XM57. You know, one. First of all, it's
Yeah.
new, but it also is people just love it because it's easy to play for a casemate with its armor and its gun and its azimuth and everything. So it's up there. Su 130. Conceiver's a new tank, so that's why. Scorpions, Progettos, RHMs. Hard to get away from those.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I notice those a lot, though. Do you?
I don't see him a lot. No.
I mean, they're.
Maybe I'm not looking. Maybe
Well, I
I'm
think
not
you
looking.
see them a lot, but I don't. What I'm saying is, I don't notice them a lot. Like, I don't
No.
feel like they're, and they don't appear to be. If you look at how much they're played and what their effect is, their win rate is not that good. It's got it, So if we look at win rate differential, that's always skewed. Now the BZ, like the BZ, you'd say you can't get away from, but where does it live? It's way down here.
Yeah, that's interesting because you just feel like you see a lot. Of
Right, I always, but I think there's
Yeah.
two things there. It's how many times you see it, and how many times it is affecting your gameplay.
Yeah, there is that.
Like
There is
that thing, you have to take into account where it goes.
Yeah.
You can't just go, all right, I'm just going to go bully the BZ-176. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to take my Scorpion G somewhere where I can, take on a BZ. I know those are ridiculous examples, but that's what I'm saying. You kind of have to account. You have to do the same with an even 9 deck. All right, we have an even 90 on the enemy team. What can or can't I do based on my light tanks?
Do you if they've got an even 90 on their side, do you deploy any differently? If you're not in the light, if you're in any other tank, do you go, I know where he's going, so I'm going to avoid that area?
I don't avoid it just based on that, but I might.
Well,
that might be part of it, depending on the rest, all the other things that it depends.
Okay.
But it's a good question, because it goes back to my point: is some of these tanks, when I see them on the enemy side, I will specifically plan for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
a
go where
Barask.
they're going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, an even 90, a Barask, even an XM57. If I figure he's probably going to
Yes.
show up in the brawl somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
The various
I play
camo,
less aggressively when I see those.
the
I don't want to be up
Progetto.
front. Yeah.
You know, is it
that's the
gonna?
other one.
If I'm in a medium or light tank, do I got to watch out for where he shows up. You know. Whereas a lot of the other tanks, you may or may not take into account. There's a lot at tier 8 that are like that, though. I mean, look at the list here, guys. We got the Shrek, you know, the SFAC with the double blap, the Contradictus with the big double hit, the 703 with the double hit, the Lorraine 42 with all the ammo loader or all the auto loading, the frickin' Skoda T56 with the double shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are all tanks you kind of have to. You get down to the IS-3, the 252U armor. You get down here, and it's much less. All of these top 20 are things you kind of have to think about where they're going to be and how you're going to deal with them.
Yeah.
You know. All right, tier 8, tier 9. What do we got on tier 9? Contender. This is kind of a weird list, because the Contender's brand new. The G-SOAR was a free tank. Look at its win rate. That's not a G-SOAR. You're going to see a lot of them, but you're not going to look at it and go, oh, I got to worry about the G-SOAR. In fact, you might go, oh, good, they have a G-SOAR.
You might do, yes.
Like,
But to be fair, if you play the G-SOAR right, it is a bit of a beast. You've got to play it right, but it is a bit of a beast if you get it right.
I don't know, dude. The Rambo has got a smokingly better win rate. Look at the G-SOAR. Now, of course, brand new tank and free and all that, but it's at 44.7. Holy cow. Char. You have to take into account the Char.
Yeah.
WT, that's amazing how much that thing is played. Again, this is all EU numbers, by the way, guys. So, I guess we looked at N. We should probably look at NA, but these are EU numbers. 53, 55, I said that one. Got to take that into account. I don't know much about the KPZ EK1. I do know that they seem to be good. DZT with its rockets. Nothing else really here is at the level of super annoying tank.
No. Tier 9 tends, I don't think.
For me, anyway. Look at that.
Yeah.
On EU, anyway, it's the 4005. What about NA?
Yeah. You see a lot of them.
Why? Same thing on NA. It's the 4005 up there. That's wild, isn't it?
Isn't it just? You wouldn't automatically put it up there, would you?
No. You see a lot of them. Grills. Same thing. Neither one of those things you want to walk out in front of. So when they're on the other team, you have to be aware of where the TD firing lines are and try to not get hit by them. The 4005, though, every time it appears, I seem to get hit by it.
It becomes standard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a standard thing. 4005, with its horrible dispersion, will hit you every time it pokes out. But you try it the other way around, you haven't got a cat's chance in hell.
Leopard,
Oh,
Batchat, IS-7, these are all... You see these every tier 10 battle, it seems like. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where's the mana core, though? You know, the other piece of it is to sort it by types. Because, you know, you're going to have... Usually you're going to have all 5 types in a battle. Usually.
Yeah.
So there'll be a subgroup of the things you see in that type all the time.
Yeah.
For example, if you went to light tanks here, mana cores, right? They're at the top. EBRs, quite a few of those. Those two together look to be almost as much as the rest of them. And that's the other thing you got to look at. I think Cliffy mentioned it. If you look at tier 8, the logarithmic nature of the numbers. Just do everything. If you look at this top, it's fairly straightforward, but then you get this big jump from 70 to twice as much at the XM57, or even
Right.
2
yeah,
plus.
Yeah, yeah,
So these top 10, you add those all together, it takes a while before you equal that same amount down here. Is that similar at tier 6? Not really. 6 is a little bit of a linear progression, although the bell curve does get beat up in the top there at tier 6. These are NA now. We're looking at the NA stuff. Yeah. So I think you probably have to look within the types as well. So at heavy tanks, you're seeing Contradictus Conceiver. There's the Skoda. There's a 703. There. So now you get into the place where, all right, when I look at all the heavy tanks, I'm in a tier 8 battle. What do I expect to see? I'm going to probably see a Contradictus Conceiver because it's being ground right now. Skoda 703 BZ.
Yeah,
You're going to see one of those or multiple of them. If I do medium tanks at tier 8, this is NA now. Brosk, Progetto, Miele. There you go. Add those three together, and then there's other types of that, right? Because the Miele and the Brosk are the same kind. The Progetto has the Mars or whatever it is, so you have to add that on top. You're going to see all that stuff. Interesting that the Super's still up there quite a bit. What about
that's interesting.
light tanks? The ELC is just...
It's just by far, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to see an ELC nearly every battle, it feels like. That's not exactly true, but a lot of battles. TDs, XM. And then you add the Sioux along with the Forest Spirit, so that's actually 130,000 or 40,000 or so. The Scorpion G plus the Scorpion, which gets you up to 172,000, which is actually more than the XM57 on both accounts. So those two are in fact ahead of the XM57. So you're going to see a Sioux, Forest Spirit, Scorpion G, or Scorpion a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely tons. And then the XM close in third. All in the 100-something plus 1.5, 150,000 plus regime, basically.
And you're probably looking at every game. At least one of those in every game.
Just about. And then already a little bit different at tier 8. I mean, there's not very many. So that's a little bit more spread. Although the 4043 tends to be more popular. If we go to 9, we're going to look at... look how much more popular the 5355 is. That's another great example. You're in your tier 9 battle, or you have tier 9 arties. What's the one you're going to probably see? Probably the 5355, because it's played 3, almost 4 times more than the next guy. In fact, do these even equal? 29, 52, 74? No. All those added together aren't even as much as the 5355. Let's see what happens at tier 6 with those guys.
I bet it's the M44, isn't it?
It is. But not nearly as much as I think it used to be, but there's the 304 to chuck in there. So those two, almost, these three are a little bit more than the 44, but add those two together and it's head and shoulders above seeing any of these other guys out there. Yep. Holy cow, what is that? I don't even want to know what that is. What is that? Why, it's like some armor? Is that a... I don't know what that is. I'm not clicking on it.
Don't click on it.
Is it a neck thing for... Was that some kind of neck thing for like sleeping on a airplane or something? It's a modern Suzanne Summers Thigh Master. Oh, okay. That was weird. Yeah. That was weird. All right. Everyone's like, what does your search bar look like, dude?
Yeah, give me a sec.
All right, there we go. Pilgrim is gone.
In a minute. Sorry.
Not clicking it, Patriot.
No, don't click it.
Not clicking it. Yeah. So I think that's about it, man. That's all I got.
Yeah,
all,
it's
all
been
the
a bit of a
news.
slow week, and
It has, yeah.
we're looking forward to Battle Pass, I guess.
Are we though?
Well, yeah, I guess. Just extra bits. It's extra goodies in it. More gold to spend.
There is that. There's that. There's extra little doodads to get. Yeah, Timu ads are strange, Wayne. St. Patty loot box. Oh, right. I forgot about
I don't think
those.
they're doing them, are they? Are they doing them? I don't think they're
They
doing
must be, right? Because it's coming up.
them. All right, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
there's an ad now on tomato.gg for a T-shirt that says "Dibs on the redhead" and it's got the big St. Patty's clover, fourth leaf clover.
Because it has. Yes.
Dibs on the
Dibs on the redhead, yep.
Timu.
Yeah.
Good team. 2,146. Really?
Wow, that is crazy, isn't it? It is just absolutely crazy.
Oh,
Nobody
man.
wants it. Nobody wants it.
It's a good point, Grendel. It is a bit irritating because, you know, for the first few weeks, like right now, it's DBV land. You're going to see two to four of those on every team.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's a little better than what we just talked about. You know, if it's not, you know, in between new tanks coming out, then you're back to all the same tanks all the time anyway that people are playing. You know, Tier 9
Yeah.
hasn't been too bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think where it always used to sit with tier 8, didn't it? I think everything's been playing a lot better at tier 9 just recently for some reason. Because I think we just overmaxed tier 8 with all the premium tanks.
I had a game yesterday with my Crocodile that had a team. The other team had a platoon and ours didn't. Actually, I guess ours did. It was a medium platoon. It was tier 6 battle, and their platoon
Right.
was 3 KV2s. I'm like, wow, we're screwed.
That's crazy.
They were horrible. They just kind of separated a little bit. It was on airfield. So they were all in the heavy brawl area, but they were in kind of weird spots. One came around the bottom, got annihilated. Another one was sitting behind, well down the ramp. I don't know why he was there. They just got wiped out.
Yeah.
You know, so you see a lot of KV2s. That doesn't necessarily mean they're good.
No, I think it's like a meme. I think people
Yeah.
just find the KV2, and then if like you get 3 mates who want to play together and they're not really serious on the game, then let's go in the KV2s and just have a bit of a
Yeah.
see who can we one shot.
Yeah, have a laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I bounced I think one of them shot an AP round at me on the Crocodile, and I ended up bouncing.
He's like, yeah. Brilliant.
Kedge likes the Rambo. Yeah, I think I've heard you say that. Actually, it's doing okay. It's certainly got a better win rate than the G-Sword does.
Okay.
It's a medium though, right?
Yeah.
Is it a medium? Every time I see it, I mis-ID it. Let's see. I think it is a medium. No, that's Patton. Patton, the tank, is a medium. Or is the Rambo also a medium? I don't know. It is a heavy. Okay, so the Rambo's a heavy. The Rambo's the 103, right?
Oh yeah.
The Rambo's the 103 copy,
Yeah.
I believe. Yes, yeah, that's right. The Rambo's the 103 copy. Yep. Makes bonds and credits. Oh, so it is a premium. Nice. Oh yeah, I can see how a decent 103 premium. That's actually that's a great deal.
Yeah.
I got a new crewnet that's gonna need to be sent away. Copy but better. Oh, so it does have some improvements about it, huh? It's not just a pure copy. Cool.
So the question is, we've still got 2,000 plus of these DBVs remaining. Do I bite the bullet and get it? Because I really wasn't really fussed about getting it, but do I? I don't know. What's it going to cost me?
I mean, if you want a 800 alpha, pretty accurate Czech sniper TD that you can sit in bush, might be right up your alley.
Let's see what resources it's going to take me to do it.
You trade gun handling for DPM?
Okay, 1 million XP. Will that get it me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it will, won't it?
Yeah, 1 million XP.
Well, that'll wipe me out, but I don't. Who needs XP, to be honest?
What else are you going to use it for? Is that part of your retirement plan?
Yeah, it is. It's
It
a
is.
pension.
Okay.
Well, there you go. I can get it using my million XP. There we are.
You'll no longer be a millionaire, though.
I won't, will I?
No.
Oh, bugger, I'm now poor.
Oh, jeez. Start playing.
Yeah, I ain't got any numbers. I got no numbers on me tank because they got all gone.
Yep.
There's now 2,144 because I've just bought one. There you go.
Well done.
What that pans
Well
out
done.
like.
Well done.
I'll be selling it again tomorrow.
We'll be expecting a review.
I wonder if you can sell it and make money in some way. I wonder if it's worth.
Could
silver.
you-
How
what
much
it-
silver it'd be worth?
Here's what I think you do. I think,
Because XP's nothing, is it? It's
well, first go ahead and buy another million XP with gold.
Can you do
No,
that?
let's back it up. Go buy gold. Go buy yourself with actual pounds enough
Gold.
gold to then
Yeah.
convert to another million XP. Sell the tank for silver, and then buy another one.
Yeah, exactly. I just wonder whether there's some economy to be had there.
I think so.
I think there was definitely pilgrinomic economy to. Yeah.
Yeah, see, Cliffy's got it.
Rebuy using,
Yep.
or bonds. You can rebuy it using bonds because they're free money as well, isn't it? That's just
I
stuff
don't-
you're collecting.
Excuse me. I don't know if bonds can get involved. I just noticed that Rambo's got a torch on it.
Has it really?
The Rambo tank has a torch on it.
Has it really?
That's funny. All right, fellas, let's go raid somebody. I think we're gonna raid Girtis. He's a tactical genius, or is he just lucky? We're gonna go find out.
Interesting.
Girtis. Appreciate everybody coming by the way. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'm gonna get on with my life here.
You've still got the Brits with you?
We do until Thursday, yep. So
Cool.
it's all been good. It's been a lovely visit. But you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I have to think about how I'm going to answer my email on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
The five
What
things that I
five
did.
things did you do?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Well,
Look.
I've told you you do 4 X Twitches
Yeah.
and one watching Star X take off. You've got it covered.
Oh, right. I watched
Yeah,
a rocket. Some guy,
Yeah.
I'll put in, some guy launched a rocket and it landed.
Yeah. And then you're Elon's mate forever, aren't you?
Oh man, it's a wacky world, my friends. Wacky world. I don't think we're not going to raid this guy. It's very strange actually. Hold on.
Yeah, no.
I was like, wait, hold on. What? Let's see. I don't know who we got. Etney? Sure. Oh, he's RU. No, he's playing the T-115 RU. Etney, sure, why not? We're overthinking this, fellas. We're overthinking this. All right. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. We're going to start the raid. Pilgrim, thanks for coming by. Official watch. Well, oh, good. Thank you, Cliffy. Didn't know that. That's good info for everybody. Make sure you're watching it and get your mystery drops.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Guido signing off from the left side Atlantic.
Pilgrim signing off from the correct side of the Atlantic.
See ya.